Hello Nidorinas and Nidorinos, I'm KingNido and today we're coming from the City of Lights, Lumio City, as it is the Yellows going up against the Medali Aethers, and the Yellows are looking to get their 4th victory in a row, but the Medali Aethers have actually been taken out of the leaders 8 that they were sitting in as this round has progressed, and they want to get back in. So with that said, let us know in the comments below who you think is going to win this matchup. Will it be the electric types? Will it be the flying types? Let's go!
3, 2, 1, go!
That is right, the Medali Aethers were actually in 12th place. Now they're sitting on the outside looking in 13th place as they start out with Salamence and Braviary. It is going to be Golem and Zebstrika starting out for the Lumiose Yellows, and immediately with that intimidated ability, those physical attack stats of both the Zebstrika and Golem, the Terrestrial Draftee, are going to be lowered, and Golem has a base 120 physical attack. It's also got that base 130 physical defense as well. But I do look forward to seeing that potentially go head-to-head with Salamence, a very physical Pokemon in its own right. But Zebstrika, with that speed control, immediately goes for the Lava Plume, doing damage to everybody on the field, actually doing more damage to Golem than anyone, and leaves it with a burn as well. That is not the start the Yellows needed. Where's the teamwork as Salamence responds with the Aqua Step, and that gets a critical hit onto Zebstrika, doing massive damage and a speed boost for Salamence. Braviary follows it up with the Fire Fang on the already burnt Golem, taking massive damage already. Golem responds with the Sludge Wave. It does damage to everybody on the field as well, and it takes out Zebstrika. These two were clearly not on the same page coming into this matchup, which is great for the Medali Aethers, but that is a terrible start for the Lumiose Yellows, as Golem feels the effects of that burn. It is Electivire coming out for the Lumiose Yellows. Salamence though with the sheer cold, but that is going to be avoided by Golem, which allows Electivire to go with the mean look here, focusing in onto Braviary, so it is going to make it so it can no longer escape. Not that it's looking to run away from this match, it is going to go for the Mortal Spin there, doing a little bit of chip damage to both electric types, but the explosion from Golem! And this terrible start for the Lumiose Yellows continues because Golem takes itself out of this matchup, even doing a great deal of damage to its own teammate Electivire here, as now out comes the Luxray for the Lumiose Yellows, and Salamence is immediately going to meet it with the Giga Drain, taking a fair amount of health there from Luxray as well, getting that restored for Salamence. But it is going to be Electivire responding with the Razor Leaf, connecting with both flying types, putting Braviary into knockout range with that not very effective damage thanks to a critical hit. But Braviary is going to respond with the Toxic, more status conditions for the Lumiose Yellows, as it is going to be badly poisoned for Electivire here down on the field, so it will get progressively worse as Luxray goes with the Aqua Tail to take out Braviary, a much needed elimination for the Lumiose Yellows. They need to get their head back into this game before the Medali Aethers potentially run away with it, and we see Electivire starting to feel the effects of that poison. As I said, it will get worse as Glasscore comes out for the Medali Aethers. Salamence with the Fury Cutter, putting Electivire into knockout range, and Glasscore could follow it up, goes with the Soak instead. It's going to change Luxray into a water type Pokemon, and it was actually a Terrestrial Draftee, so it knows what it's like, but in a different type, as Electivire with the Spore onto Salamence. It is going to put Salamence to sleep here on the field, but it continues to fly in the air. Wow, that is an amazing sight, as Luxray with the Lava Plume, more damage, and it takes out its own teammate again. The Lumiose Yellows, what is going on? The Medali Aethers haven't actually eliminated any of the electric types yet, as we see Gliscor receiving the burn as well, starting to feel the effects of that down on the field. It is now going to be Electros coming out for the Lumiose Yellows, as Salamence is still fast asleep on the field, in the air. Gliscor though is going to go with the Mystical Power onto Electros here, getting a critical hit as well. And there's a special attack boost for Gliscor in the process, as Luxray with the Fire Fang on the sleeping Salamence is not very effective, doing very little damage, but Electros does follow it up with the Aromatic Mist, not trying to go for the easy elimination. Instead, it's actually helping out Luxray, boosting its special defense here on the field. Some teamwork finally from the Lumiose Yellows, as Gliscor still feeling the effects of the burn, and Salamence still fast asleep here on the field. Gliscor though is going to go for the Lumina Crash on to Electros, lowering Electros' special defense a great deal in the process, as Luxray responds with the Iron Tail, and finally Salamence has been eliminated from this matchup, and Electros follows it up with the Eruption onto Gliscor, gets in some really good damage there as well, and that burn damage follow-up onto Glasgow. Could the Lumiose Shallows work their way back into this? It is going to be Dragonite, who's been having a terrible season coming out for the Medalliathers. The Jaw Lock onto the Luxray from Glasgow. They're making it so neither Pokemon can run away, but they're not looking to go anywhere, and Dragonite follows it up with the Frenzy Plate on the water type Luxray. That is super effective, and it gets the elimination. Where has this type of Dragonite been all season? Electros though does respond with the Poison Sting, getting very little damage there onto Dragonite, who's able to avoid that poison status condition. And it is going to be Ampharos as the last Pokemon for the Lumiose Yellows. Glasgow, who's now in knockout range thanks to that burn, goes for the skill swap onto Electros, so it's actually going to give it that Hyper Cutter, but Electros loses that Levitate. It's now going to be susceptible to ground type damage as Dragonite has to recharge. This allows Ampharos to go for the tea time, and they all get to chow down here on their berries. And whilst they're enjoying a snack here on the field, if you're enjoying the PokeType League, please leave a like, share, subscribe, help this series grow for many seasons to come, as more and more Pokemon will be able to make their debuts with each progressive season. And we see Gliscor there chowing down on its berry, as does Dragonite here, who really needs to get its head into this season. Electros is going to go for the court change, but that is going to fail. There's no entry hazards on either side, but that passive damage onto Gliscor, it is such an easy target, but it's got that speed control. It goes for the Hex onto Ampharos now, getting some okay damage, but Dragonite looking to follow it up, goes with the Scratch, and that is a very powerful Scratch there from the Dragon Flying type. Ampharos responds though with the Flash Cannon, and it's going to get Gliscor off this field. There's now 3 Pokemon remaining for the Medalliathers. There's only 2 left for the Lumiose Shallows. Electros though with the Parting Shot, it's not going to go back to the bench. There's no bench to go to, but it does all that physical attack and special attack of Dragonite. It has that 134 base attack, but out comes Roaring Moon. And speaking of powerful physical attackers, the Medalliathers are sending out their own Terrestrial Draftee, the most horrifying sight in the PokeType League. Roaring Moon with those balloons. You would run away from it if it was coming after you, I am sure, but it has that speed control, so it goes for the Heat Crash here onto Ampharos. And Ampharos is able to hang on by a thread, but Dragonite could go for the easy elimination, goes with the Slam, and Ampharos is out of this matchup. Dragonite has clearly had a talking to, because it is having a good showing here. The Leech Seed from Electros is not going to work here, as we see the Psycho Boost coming from Roaring Moon now onto Electros to get the elimination, and with that, the Medalliathers have absolutely capitalized on the Lumiose Shallows' inability to work together as a team. What has happened here to the electric types? This was a terrible showing from the very start, and this will actually drop them down to 11th place. They're at 1 spot above the Medalliathers, who have just moved themselves back into a leader's 8th position, but next round they will be going up against the Lentil Neros, whereas for the Yellows, next round they will be going up against the Spike Mirth Rockets. But until then, Nidorinos, thank you so much for watching. Let us know in the comments below who you thought was the best on field, and if you enjoyed what you saw, please leave a like, share, subscribe, but more importantly, always remember, you are awesome, and I'll see you when you see me.